Good morning, die-harders. Who's ready to live free or die hard? This is the SW Experience, and I am the Shogun. And here we go.
Cassie ever display any sign of intelligence ever. Yes, in the comics, yes, but ever. So weird. Okay, cool. Let's move past that. 2, she's developing like floating quantum particle nanites. Like, what the fuck is that, bro? That's like Reed Richards shit. What the hell? That's a bit crazy. Like, that's pretty crazy. And then, for no reason, Hannah just like, turn it off! Turn it off! Like, she's just barking at her. Like, bro,
Dude.
why she turn it off? Don't just say turn it off. You know, because she doesn't know what to do. But also, she shouldn't be able to build that weird quantum thing that sucked him in. She should not. Because not even Ant-Man Scott Lang can build that. So why are you able to build that? That's crazy, first of all. So the reason is very contrived. It's a bit dumb. Okay, fine. Okay, there's the Quantum Realm. Quantum Realm looks great. Phenomenal CGI, beautiful, everything. Mwah, chef's kiss. I love it. It might connect to Loki. It might not. Obviously, we saw Kang and the Council of Kangs, because there was like an army of Kangs at some point, like very like fucking Star Wars Trooper-esque, you know?
Yeah.
I like that. That's going to be fucking crazy. Imagine like 1,000 Kangs. That's wild. So that definitely might be where the council is, given that it's like an army of them. Kang looks good. I know people complain about, but why is it Kang blue? Okay, Kang is not a blue man, okay?
That's just the thing.
He's a regular Earth man, okay? He's fucking Reed Richards' descendant, okay? Don't be dumb. Think for a minute. He's not a blue man. He wears a mask. Just wait. We will see the mask. And we did. And
yeah.
Obviously, it makes sense, because the comics make it appear as if he's wearing, like, either just a fucking blue plastic visor or a balaclava. But a balaclava would not look like that. So clearly, it has to be like a hologram in, like, you know, a modern interpretation to film. You can't have Kang wearing a fucking balaclava or a visor, dog. One, he's not a Power Ranger, and 2, he's not a bank robber. So it has to be, you know, hologram tech. It has to be. There's no other option.
Like Peter Quill in Guardians of the Galaxy and his helmet, you know.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm fine with that. And of course, because of that, he can breathe in space. Yeah. And I would assume he has some sort of telekinesis at this point, because this is like Kang Prime, because he even has the scars to prove it. Like, that's how you know it's like real Kang. You know, it's not a Mortis. It's not He Who Remains. It's not Franklin Richards. This is Kang, my brother. He has scars on his face, eyebrow to the eyelid to the cheek. You know, on both sides. So he's the real deal. He's Mr. Kang Dynasty Kang. Now, what that means is that he's the worst. And obviously there was a leaked trailer on San Diego Comic-Con where, you know, someone kind of recorded while the trailer was playing. And there are a few differences in that trailer that leaked at D23 Comic-Con. Then the trailer that came out yesterday. So the main differences being, in the one that leaked, and I think I sent the link before to you guys. The one that leaked, Kang continued speaking. He's like, Ant-Man, I've defeated you before. I've defeated many Avengers. It's bone-chilling. It's like, what the fuck? He knows him? He's like, I've killed hundreds of versions of you. Like, that's crazy. So, and obviously, since we're in the quantum realm, we can definitely see alternate timelines because of, again, Endgame's time travel, which was leaked. Well, not even leaked, more like hinted at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp with the time vortex.
Yeah.
But we can definitely see that right now. We definitely can see it. We might see it. We might not see it, but we also can, because it is an Ant-Man movie. And it is a movie with Kang, a notorious time traveler. You know, we see the fucking Sphinx and Loki. We see the Avengers Tower with Kang Industries, which is, in the comics, one of Kang's multiple business ventures in the 21st century that he travels back in time to establish, effectively becoming like a Lex Luthor type of, you know, business conglomerate type of guy. And then he buys a building. He buys a building that looks like the Avengers building, and he calls it Kang Industries and puts a big sign. So the building that we see in Loki, it's not just like an Avengers 1 Easter egg. It's a Easter egg the most owing to the fact that in another reality, Kang traveled to the 2010s and established himself as a business magnate. And then he somehow bought Tony's building before it was Tony's building, and he became the prime guy in the universe. And for some reason, that universe was ruined. For some reason, maybe that Kang fucked up. He fucked up. He made a mistake. Maybe he time traveled too much. Maybe he changed too many things. But then that reality was pruned, and that building made it into the void.
Yeah.
But I just see this movie being crazy from the pure level of we have time vortexes, and this is Kang we're talking about. So those two things create a very beautiful, just concoction of possibilities. So I'm excited to see what Kang gonna do, or what he has done to Scott several times before. And this might be one of the movies where I feel like Scott might not win. I really like. It's very possible that this movie is just like an end game Infinity War type of thing, where he doesn't win. He doesn't win, but he will win eventually. But he doesn't win. I'm not sure, man. Ant-Man going up against Kang, that's a bit wild.
Yeah, and there was that one leaked shot. There was that one leaked image that showed Scott was face all fucked up. So
yeah, like being to a pulp. Like, man, he's facing the toughest challenge of his life. He really is. Oh, another thing. I'm so sorry to drop this on you. Fuck, is it a spoiler? Should I tell you?
What's it for?
It's not a spoiler. Okay, do you want to hear it?
Is it Black Adam?
No, it's about Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man 3.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. All right.
It's not a big spoiler, but it's kind of surprising. But it does ruin some things. Do you want to hear it?
What, the Bill Murray?
No. Bill Murray, yeah. We know Bill Murray's character, but it's about MODOK. Do you want to hear about MODOK?
Yeah, man.
It's nothing about his fate, so don't worry. It's mostly about who he is. So it's been retconned, and this kind of makes, it brings a few problems, but it's not that bad, really. But Darren Cross is MODOK, bro. So it's not a crazy spoiler, but Darren Cross is MODOK.
Dude from the first movie? The first Ant-Man movie?
Yeah, so essentially what happened is he was defeated by being shrunken into the quantum realm. Effectively gone forever. He wound up in the quantum realm near Chronopolis. He kind of forged his way through like Janet did for like the past 30 years. And then for some reason, him shrinking or something. And again, this isn't like a 1:1 explanation. So I'm probably butchering many aspects, which is good because it's not really a spoiler if I'm kind of saying incorrect shit. But from what I hear, it's something to do with how he shrunk and how volatile it was. But it fucked up his body, so his dimensions became fucked up. But he used tech to like sustain himself and become like this techno wizard type of guy. But I mean, we all know who MODOK is, but in this film, he's literally Darren Cross. He's not the actual character. Like, he's not MODOK in the comics, because like MODOK in the comics, he's just MODOK. He's not like a man. Like, he's not a man from Earth. He's humanoid. Well, he's a mutant technically, but he's not Darren Cross. His name is like fucking George or something like that. But he's not Darren Cross. And you see, I don't think us missing out on George is a bit because who gives a fuck of his origin? Who really gives a fuck? Like, honestly, we want to see MODOK, the guy. Who cares about who he was? And I'm sure that the movie will not dedicate a lot of time to his origin to begin with. But yeah, it's just Yellow Jacket. Like, that's all we need to know. It's Yellow Jacket, which is weird. But yeah, he definitely is a humanoid. Don't worry, because I remember you were worried that he was a robot when I showed you that one picture. But it was just him and his mask. He's definitely humanoid, which means, if anything, he might have the distorted CGI face of Darren Cross. That's what it means. When the mask comes off in battle, as you guys would, with Marvel, masks come off during battles. Spider-Man, Iron Man, who else? Thanos, and yeah, masks usually come off during battle when it comes to like Avengers films, Cap as well, and Winter Soldier. So I think he's gonna start out with the and I think you see the mask it's kind of an MCUism because in the comics MODOK doesn't really have a mask. He's just his face. I think the mask is to cover up the fact that is Darren Criss. So that might be that. That might be the thing.
Yeah.
And again, I don't really think it's something that will like surprise fans. I don't think fans will like really fucking care if you know Darren Criss from the MCU movie Ant-Man comes back. I really doubt that they'll really scream up into the air like, oh, you know.
I doubt they'll remember him, man. Shit.
So like, I don't even know why they're making such a big point to like hide him or like reveal them later. Because just fucking make him that. Because I don't think they even hid the identity of Crossbones in the trailers for Winter Soldier. We just knew that it was Rumlow.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they're making such a big deal in hiding who MODOK is. We know who Darren Cross is, and well, we don't know who he is. And even if we see him, we just won't care. We won't care at all.
I feel like Crossbones was misused, man. Like, we only saw him one time, and then he died. Like, just...
I mean, he didn't die, per
he
se.
blew up!
He already died. If you're shrunk.
No, not Darren Criss. I mean Crossbones. That's, like, you know, fuck Darren Criss.
No, he's dead. He's eviscerated. He is now atoms floating in the universe. He's gone.
Yeah, that's what, like, it bugs me, man. Like, I actually liked Crossbones. Not on the MCU, because we didn't get much of him, but, like, I actually liked Crossbones in the Avengers TV series and in the comics. And the MCU, we see him one time, and then he's gone. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, he might come back in terms of being played by another character. You know? I don't think Rumlow, per se, has to be him. You know?
Dude, like, I mean, like, even the actor himself said that when he signed his contract, that...
Like a Slade, you know, a guy who always kind of like gets away. You can't really get the first time. It's always like a, I'll get you next time type of thing, you know? I would have liked that.
That's literally Dr. Claw from... That's just Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. It's like, I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Yeah, I don't want Crossbones to be defeated in like a 12-minute battle in a movie not about him, you know?
Yeah. He's a Captain America villain. Let him be a villain, dude. Shit.
If he's ever to be brought back as a Cap villain. Obviously Rogers is dead, but we do have Wilson. And Wilson currently looks like in his movie, he's getting some pretty heavy hitters, so good for him.
But they're not his villains. So
yeah. He's getting Thunderbolts. He's getting Red Hulks. Like he has his hands full. He's getting some pretty big guys for his weight build. Good for him. But I think Crossbones would be better suited for him, especially since they were kind of foes in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
They were kind of like, I'll kick your ass, asshole. But yeah.
I like that Sam is getting some heavy hitters for his movie, but, you know, they're not his villains. You know, fucking...
That's the thing.
The leader is a Hulk villain.
The thing is,
you know.
Sam's villains, it's just mostly John Walker because of the whole Cap v. Cap debate. Who deserves the mantle? Like, Sam Wilson has a very small rose gallery. Like, it's so small. I think it's like maybe 5 people or something. Yeah. Oh, it is 5. I just googled. Yeah. So literally, you see, this is impossible. So we have to remove one, Red Skull, because in the comics he comes back many times, but he's standing in the MCU. Okay, we have Sharon Carter. You have the daughter of the Red Skull, but she would be like 100. That's pointless. You have John Walker. You see, so really he only has John Walker, and this is comics too. John Walker, Sharon Carter, and occasionally the Red Skull and his daughter. Those are his only villains. So he has very little to work with. He has to get some piecemeal to get his movie going at least, you know?
If they'd lived, like if they'd survived the events of the show, we could have said Flag Smashers, but then they blew up at the end. So.
The thing is that they're not good villains because they're just all over the place. Their writing is kind of bad, and they're just kind of like I don't want to see one man fighting a team. It just looks kind of dumb. It just like he's not Cap. First of all, he doesn't have the super soldier serum, so it just looks dumb. Don't do it. Like I get that he has a vibranium suit and he's kind of strong for, he's a strong man, like 6 foot, 250 pounds. I get it, but come on, he's not fighting a team of super soldiers. Like let's just give him one guy to deal with, one good guy, one decent guy to deal with, and that should be enough for this movie.
Plus, if it takes four super soldiers to beat one dude, it just makes your team look weak.
Exactly, which is weird because he's supposedly human. So now they're gonna question the scaling of it all. Give us John Walker. Show us that with the right level of finesse, you can beat someone stronger than you. Because we saw that a la Captain America and Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man is at least twice strong as MCU Cap. Because in the comics, Cap is much weaker. We know this. He's like a one-tonner at max. But he's casually swinging around motorcycles like big-ass Harley Davidsons, like they're a teddy bear. He's casually swinging them around. He's fucking holding back airplanes, exerting like several tons of force. Helicopters, But Cap is much stronger in the MCU than he is in the comics. But Spider-Man as a character, I feel like in the MCU, he's done quite faithfully. It's quite accurate how strong he is. But Cap is, I would say, in the MCU, like half as strong as Spider-Man. But he still beat his ass in the fight. And he most definitely, maybe before post No Way Home. But what I'm saying is, a person like Sam, he definitely has a chance. It's not a big chance, but he has a chance in beating one super soldier, a la John Walker. In Civil War, as strong as it was in its real arm and Steve's arm, it still killed in comparison to Spider-Man. So the strength of that arm is really questioned on me at times. I really do wonder.
Wait, that was the original arm, though. The one that was made by Hydra.
Yeah, the Soviet arm. Yeah. But that's still the arm that sent Cap flying when he tried to block it. Like, Cap obviously won the Bucky fight, yes, in terms of him beating him and then choosing not to fight back at a certain point. He was beating his ass, even after he was shot. But he stopped because that's not right. Take it that way. I don't want to take it to that level with him. And he stopped. But he was piecing Bucky up. But the point is, Cap was finesse. Cap is a person with enhanced combat and enhanced tactician, and he knows, he's kind of like Batman, he knows several martial arts techniques, stuff like that. But Bucky's arm certainly is stronger than Cap's, than either one of Cap's arm, either equal or stronger. I don't know. Like if a person with an arm size the same as me punched me, would I move back? Most probably, I definitely would, because as quote unquote strong as I am, I still think a strength is equal to mine would still affect me, in some way. There's no way I could block a punch that comes from a person as strong as me. Because why would I be able to block it? I'm as strong as me. I would go back a bit. It's kind of like Goku versus Vegeta with the Super Saiyan 2s. When the Super Saiyan 2s, they were like the same power level. They were exactly as strong. But they were still fucking both each other up. So both of them were getting damaged,
Yeah, I remember that fight.
Since both were getting damaged, I would presume that the strength difference between Bucky's arm and Cap's arm is not big and possibly equal. But one thing I know is that Bucky, while he does have a serum, it's a weaker serum because the serum was made by Arnold Zola. The stronger serum, made by the modern day scientist, is better than Zola's serum, which is why a person like Carly or whatever are able to send Bucky flying quite a bit. So there is that. But of course, Bucky compensates by having an arm as strong as a real super soldier a la Cap. So Bucky kind of gets around in that sense. But then that's why his punch got stopped, because it's not as strong. But when you compare it to a person like John Walker got a better serum made by a modern day guy with newer tech, unarchived files and methods and techniques. Like, he knows what he's doing. So John Walker is stronger than Bucky from a general standpoint. And I think that's compelling because if you have him fighting Sam, you'll be able to show the level of finesse Sam has by using his wings in conjunction with his training. as an Avenger and as a military operative / rescue pilot / whatnot. So that will be interesting to see for me, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting film, the Captain America New World Order. Just that name though. Just New World Order.
It definitely might be something that'll end in a final punch out. I feel like, because most of these Cap movies and Cap shows, they really rely upon visceral, grounded action at the high points, and I like that about these kinds of shows, movies, because Civil War, bloody Tony and Steve fisticuffs plus Bucky. Captain America, of course. Well, not the first one. First one was very green, very of its time. But obviously, in the real world, the real world is much more. It's much more fucked up than the times of old. But yeah, man, like fucking Winter Soldier, Cappy, Cap v Bucky, and then Cap v Tony and Bucky, and now I just wanted to be Cap Sam v John Walker, and I wanted to be bloody, and I wanted to be messy. I wanted to see Cap with his mask ripped off, basically. Because Falcon's never had it tough. Let's be honest. Falcon's never had it tough. He's just the guy who flies.
That's what I'm saying, man. He's never been tested. Even in the Avengers game, he's never had like a really.
You see.
Yeah.
Like, he flies around and he throws a few missiles. Like, that's a shtick. He doesn't really like get in there. I mean, yeah, he did stab one of those Leviathan beings, which again, for me, it was like, whoa, how was he that strong? How was his spine not just completely shattered from the level of impact that level of force landing on a person like that would exert? But hey, he's strong. He has a good back, and he stabbed that being that's like several tons big, well, several meters big and several tons heavy, like it was nothing. So I don't know how strong Samuelson really is.
I mean, he did have his wings backing him up.
Them fucking wings are powerful as hell. Them fucking wings are no joke.
Let me ask you this, man. Is there anything that Sam Wilson does in that battle that War Machine couldn't do?
In the Endgame battle? Or the battle in his show?
In an Endgame, yeah. Like, there's nothing he does in that battle that couldn't be done by War Machine or...
Okay, Infinity War, he's War Machine. Infinity War.
Yeah.
In Endgame, he's more Falcon, because, man, he uses those wings a lot. He uses those wings to stab motherfuckers left and right. He's applying motherfuckers. I don't know how he survived as much as he did in Endgame, but he survived, and I think that's something to be cognizant of, because he's just a human.
Yeah.
In fact, he's one of the only people who's like just a human, because other than War Machine, everyone else is enhanced, with magic, with tech, with super strength, or just they're a literal alien.
Or but Black Widow's bullshit durability.
Falcon. And of course Black Widow was dead. And Hawkeye kind of has like PIS. Like Hawkeye just a guy who just survives. He'll never die. He just survives. He has a samurai sword. He should have had the sword in the battle, to be honest. But somehow he got around with fucking arrows. I don't even know how he survived somehow. He can't even fly. He can't even fly.
No. He got around though. He got around,
Yeah, at least Cap can run very fast, Cap has it's not Flash speed, but Cap can run fast, Fuck man, what does Hawkeye have? A mid-40s man jog?
Yeah. Hey man, he had that mohawk going for him, back in the day.
Exactly. He is a specially trained assassin. He is a former SHIELD agent, and he is an Avenger. So I would assume he's several times stronger and healthier and fitter than the average man. But man, he's because man, fucking Ant-Man can go big, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Ant-Man is Ant-Man. Ant-Man can punch out Leviathans. Ant-Man can one-shot Leviathans. But fuck, man, what are you gonna do? Fucking shoot aliens in the head with an arrow? That's it?
To be fair, the same argument could be made for most of the Guardians, dude. Like, Mantis...
I mean, okay, look, Quill has those rocket boots, and he has those alien blasters. They pack a wallop. They do. You've seen it. They just fry you instantly. So, you know, at least Quill has some artillery. Drax is kind of strong. Drax is like the average's Guardian. Because Ronan pieced him up, and we saw that. But Ronan is Kree, and some Kree are strong, but some are weak. But Ronan is Ronan, so we can't compare him. But we can scale him to like maybe like an average's Guardian, which is at bare minimum cap strength. It's at bare minimum cap strength. So Drax surviving as well as he did makes some bit of sense, since Cap could just punch aliens dead. You know, Cap's punches are just that strong. Evidently, in the MCU, he can just punch aliens and just kill them and break their necks.
I mean, he killed a bunch
Drax
of
is
them in
kind of
Infinity
like Cap.
War. So yeah,
That Drax scaling kind of makes sense. But yeah, Peter just has like an arsenal. Gamora is very strong. I think Gamora is stronger than Spider-Man, because Gamora just, I remember in Guardians 2, the way when she fought Nebula, the way she grabbed that like ship engine rocket thingy, it was so fucking huge, and she just grabbed it like it was nothing. So Gamora is very strong, you know. And of course we saw her strength as well in those Endgame flashbacks, you know, evil Gamora with the Thanos armor. She just kicked one of those aliens that was piecing up Gamora, just kicked them up in the air like it was nothing. It got fried by like that, you know, weird like energy wave thingy. But Gamora's quite strong, so Gamora is unsignable. Mantis, I think Mantis is not strong. So you see, the thing is with Mantis, in the comics, Mantis is very, very formidable. In fact, she's like a top 10 Marvel hand-to-hand combatant in the universe. You know, number one being like Iron Fist, you know, or Danny Rand. But essentially, it's like, you know, Iron Fist is there, Daredevil is there, Elektra is there, Black Widow is there, Hawkeye is there. Who's this? Not thingy. Mordo is there, and who else? Of course, that person. Natasha is there, and Taskmaster. So it's like a top 10 list. And thingy, Mantis is also there, but in the comics, she's like a bad. Okay, in the comics, she's like Michelle Yeoh, basically.
okay.
Simply put, best way I can put it. In the comics, she's like Michelle Yeoh. She fucks shit up. She's strong because she's an alien, and she's very good at martial arts. Very good, like top 10 Marvel good. But in the cinematic, you know, I guess, I don't even know, man. In her cinematic portrayal, she's just a weird, bumbling, shy alien who can put people to sleep. So I think she probably survived by just touching people, and everyone who touched her probably went to sleep.
We don't see that, by the way.
We don't see it.
Dude, she's the thing. You know that scene, the She's Gone Help scene, where all the women line up? She's there, and she's like walks
she's there
with them, but then she vanishes. She fucking disappears.
You know what?
Like,
you know what? She probably has. Okay, in the next Guardians movie, we might see her martial arts abilities. We might. I don't think we will, but we might, because at this point, they're throwing everything into the soup. You know, Warlock and Will and Gamora's back as well. So yeah, there's a lot.
How is Gamora
so they might also
back?
do that. But for the most part, she's pretty useless. Because a small little meteor rock thingy just knocked her out for like 20 minutes. She's pretty useless. She has no sense of like Daredevil would have been able to like catch that piece of rock that hit Mantis. He definitely would have, because he caught a break coming from behind him that he heard being thrown meters upon meters away. Daredevil would catch that fucking rock. So I think in a fight, without using her powers, Daredevil would wash Mantis. But see, in the comics, Mantis is above Daredevil in terms of fighting ability, which is crazy, but it's true. But in the MCU, oh, that rhymed. She's quite useless.
Yeah.
She simply has to touch her people. And then Rocket is kind of a conundrum. Not really. He's more of a funny conundrum because he survives purely by the help of Groot. Groot picks him up, he shields him or he swings him around while he shoots things. But yeah, Rocket would not be alive without Groot. That's the main thing. They're like a package duo. Groot can survive on his own, because he's a tree person and he's very strong and he can pierce like 20 enemies at a time. He's very strong, very powerful. He's an arsenal. But Rocket is a rocket. He's a raccoon. He's a raccoon with a couple of guns. He's too small, so I think he always needs that boosting of Groot to really do anything, and essentially not die. But I think that's how the whole team functions, power scaling wise.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, throw out.
Funny, right?
Yeah, it's funny though, man. I mean, throw Adam Warlock in there. Not just Adam Warlock, but beefed up Adam Warlock.
Warlock is like... Warlock might be our first depiction, right? And I kid you not. He might be our first depiction of a Superman-level character in the MCU. He definitely might be. Because we're seeing him before we're seeing Hyperion. More than Sentry. Okay? We're seeing him before Hercules.
We'll probably never see Sentry.
In a fight. And we're seeing him before Wonder Man, Blue Marvel, any one of these people. This guy will be next level. And I don't know who can defeat him in that entire roster. I don't know who can defeat him.
We're probably never gonna see the Sentry when you really think about it. The character's too OP.
I don't know, man. We're definitely... I mean, you can't have Warlock without Sentry. That's the thing. And I think they're going to establish that villain, or that arch nemesisness. I think. But it definitely won't be like now. It won't be like now and, or maybe like in the next 3 years. It definitely won't be. But eventually it will be. Unless, of course, they don't want too many Superman-like characters around. I get it. But, I don't know. I wouldn't really care. I think I would just like to see the characters in general. I would just want to see those characters in general. I don't care if they like look the same. I just want to see them.
Honestly, I would like to see Hyperion.
Warlock in the comics, he would win most of his fights against Superman. Like just basic Superman, not like your wanked up who's like a god who's stayed in the sun for 10,000 years, or who's like an immortal being and he's become a celestial, like a celestial construction, like a celestial light construction. Not those Supermen, obviously not those, but like basic Superman, dude, Adam Warlock washes him. And I want to see someone go up against that. I want the MCU's version of Black Adam versus Superman. Because as it stands, Thor is nowhere near Superman at this point. He's nowhere. Like, Thor has wildly disappointed me. Man, I wanted Thor to be like fucking Rune King at some point. Thor is getting pieced up by Thanos. I don't want to hear anything from Thor. Ever. I'm not even going to be... I'm not even awaiting any surprise Thor entrance in Secret Wars, because at this point there will be more powerful characters than you, Thor. Okay, we're gonna get Warlock up in this bitch. Okay, we're gonna get Hercules. Hopefully he looks better or he's recast. God, I hope so. We're gonna get fucking Professor Hulk, who at this point might be a world breaker. We're gonna get Scar. Okay, Thor. We're not. First of all, you don't even use your lightning punches anymore. So you can't even use that power scaling of of him from Ragnarok when he punched Hulk and he flew away and whatnot. Thor is so useless now. He's useless.
Well, he's got the
He's
Thunderbolt
powerful
now. I mean,
but he's not even like Captain Marvel potency, because Captain Marvel did so much better in her fight against Thanos than Thor did with 2 fucking Mjolnirs. So I don't want to hear anything from Thor these days. He's honestly disappointed me as a character.
Captain Marvel was used poorly in Endgame.
Yeah, she was. Although given it can be explained quite accurately, because that was actually the first time Brie Larson was playing the character. She played the character first in those movies because those movies were filmed first, and then her movie was filmed afterwards. That's why she has that cameo in Infinity War when her hair is long, because that was the first time she played the character. That was just her hair. It was her unstyled hair as Brie Larson actress, Oscar-winning actress, which is why her characterization felt a bit off. It wasn't as greatly established, because in the movie she's definitely like much more, choppy about her dialogue. She feels much more fleshed out. But then in Endgame, it's just like, wait, who's this? She feels so stiff and uninspired. But that's literally because that was the first time Brie played the character. That's why the character wasn't written as well as it was.
From my perspective, it's just like in the events leading up to Endgame, like leading up to Endgame, it was very much like, oh, they got Captain Marvel now. She's going to be the difference maker. They're going to beat Thanos because of Captain Marvel. Like, they have a shot now. And then she meets up with Thanos.
Her a bit.
And then fucking nothing. Dude, she's not the difference maker.
Here's the thing. Feige didn't explicitly say that she would win with the gauntlet. He didn't say that. Carol alone would win in a fisticuffs because she was pissed. I mean, dude, if Thanos headbutts you with all his strength and you don't even move an inch, I would say that Thanos is in trouble. If she can just go binary and completely augment her strength and power potency, Thanos is done for. The only reason why he got a one-up on her is because he hit her with the Power Stone punch. But Thanos v Thanos, I understand what Feige meant when he said that Carol was now the strongest being. I don't think she's as strong as. Okay. Actually, before I say something dumb, Carol is stronger than Bruce. I mean, Smart Hulk, because Bruce is strong, but he's not durable. Carol is extremely durable. The Hulk was, and this is like actual Hulk, not even Professor Hulk. Professor Hulk, let's call him Sakaar Hulk. So Sakaar Hulk was getting fucking disoriented by a mere neck punch from Thanos. He punched him once with he was out in pain. Carol was eating up headbutts. So Carol still might be technically the strongest person in the MCU currently. Just because she's fucking durable. Power potency, I would say Wanda maybe takes a cake, because with Wanda, she's a glass cannon, yeah, but she's powerful as hell now, especially having risen to the ranks of Scarlet Witch. So, and again, given that we saw a fight between a Captain Marvel versus Wanda in MOM, and while it wasn't written good, because again, how does a fucking statue kill you? Okay, we can, and of course that was a scene written by none other than fucking Michael Waldron. So, we have seen, dude, I hate that guy. So we have seen what a fight between a Captain Marvel versus Wanda would look like. In terms of power, just innate raw power, Wanda takes it. But in terms of strength, in the entire MCU currently, strength, it goes to Carol. It goes to Carol. But with Adam Warlock coming, that's going to change. Now that's going to be our real Superman. Daddy Will. He looks phenomenal.
Beefy Daddy Will, dude. Like, that's a lot of beef, man.
too much. I love it. I love it. So he's really gonna be.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a welcomed, variety to our universe.
There was this shot, dude. Like, I remember you sent me the picture of him at I think it was at this Comic-Con where he was just standing there with his arms crossed, and I was like, holy shit, he's big. But I never got a sense how big till I saw this picture of him in bed with his shirt off, and I was like, shit, holy shit.
Bro, he is camel big. I don't know what happened. It's so crazy. This one, right? I think I just quoted it right now in the group. This one, it's crazy, man.
This dude is Broly, man. This motherfucker is live action Broly, dude. Yes,
he's
that
Broly
same
and
picture.
He's I don't know if it's just me, but I strongly believe he's bigger than Chris Hemsworth. Because Hemsworth,
He got big.
I don't know, Hemsworth. What do you think? Do you think he's bigger?
Do I think he's bigger? I mean, yeah, man. He's not as defined, but yeah, man. Look at him.
Yeah, because, like, for the most part, Hemsworth is a big guy. But his body definitely changes sometimes. And sometimes he looks very big. Sometimes he looks just fine. Sometimes he looks like, oh, this guy's pretty lean. This guy's pretty, like, he's big. He definitely is big. I don't want to lie. I don't want to discredit or put any dirt on his name. But I get the sense that he's definitely more musculature as opposed to bulk these days.
Yeah.
Because compared to this photo of Hemsworth post-workout, which means he even has a workout pump. So there's that as well. He has a workout pump in this photo, which means he isn't even this big. Compared to Will, who at this point is chilling leisurely in a bed. Ain't no workout pump. He's chilling in a bed. He's still bigger than Hemsworth, chilling with the workout pump. Post-workout pump. You see his veins bulging. That's a workout pump. But Will is still bigger than him. So yeah. Will is about to fuck shit up.
Like, I'm thinking, because Jonathan Majors is pretty big now. Like,
yeah, Majors is like Michael B. Jordan big.
Yeah, but he's got the height over Michael B. Jordan, so it adds in his favor.
He's got the what?
Height over Michael B. Jordan. You know, like he's taller than him.
They're like, got this.
Not by a lot, but he is tall. He does have height over the dude and reach.
Yeah, I think I don't really understand the rationale behind the third movie's plot and whatnot, because from all the promotional material and marketing, it just looks like he's not as efficient or as big as he was. I don't know. He just doesn't look as effective.
Who?
Because the thing is,
Michael B. or Majors?
Look, like the size, ne? The size. They're round about the same build, but Michael he's lost his definition a lot. With Majors just, he has a lot of muscle potential. Like he's a stocky guy, and he can put that stockiness to good use by turning it into muscle. And compared to Creed's body, it doesn't look as defined. That's, I think, my main, not issue per se, but more like my main question as to, was that deliberate? Was that to make Major's character that much more badass? I don't know. But in terms of like them going up against each other, just one-on-one on like a scaled perspective, they're around the same weight, even height. Majors is like 1 centimeter taller than him, so which is even less of a difference between me and you. So for the most part in the movie, they will look like fair equals. But in terms of just how big he is, I think Majors definitely has a one-up on Jordan this time around.
Yeah. You gonna check out Creed 3?
Probably. Maybe if it hits streaming. I don't want to go to the movie for a Creed movie in this day and age.
Oh, you didn't see the last one?
No, I did. I did see Creed 2. But, like, it was good. But it was also like, okay. Underdog. He's gonna win. It's his movie. And I mean, I get it. And the first time you didn't win, you were starting out. And it was more of a symbolic thing of, oh, but he's a champion. He still won, he won the people. And, yeah, I guess, like, in the sequel, obviously he's trained enough and he's mastered the art long enough for him to be able to beat Victor. But it's just definitely like an atypical sort of story, David and Goliath type of thing. It was a good movie though. It was good.
But keeping in mind, he didn't win that first fight with Victor. He got pieced up.
That's what I'm saying. It's about the David and Goliath aspect.
Yeah.
But like obviously, penultimately, in the very, very, very last bit, he has to win because he already lost the first time. And the only thing that matters, the rest of the movie doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the final battle. And then that's the one in which he wins. And it's spectacular and he won. But it was kind of already projected because he is the underdog.
This movie about his friend just got out of jail. Helping him get in the ring, accomplish his dream, whatever. I feel like the reveal halfway that, I was really doing this because I wanted to get at you and your title. I feel like they shouldn't have put that in the trailer. It just...
I get that, yeah.
Yeah. It feels like a twist. And, now that we know this going in, it's going to be weird sitting through most of the movie where he's pretending to be dude's friend. And we know, he's just, playing the guy.
Yeah.
But it'll still be good, though. I mean...
Yeah, there might be a weird... Because with these films,
yeah. Hey, what is your favorite?
Actually, speaking about...
Yeah.
Speaking about Blue Marvel, since the whole power scale of the MCU seems to be ever increasing, I think it eventually will be high time to introduce Blue Marvel into the fold. And when they do, who would you want to play him?
Blue Marvel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never really put much thought about it. I mean, it's just... There's characters I don't really think too much about because, he'll never make it because, he's too OP. Or they'll never make it because, this character's too silly. There's...
Yeah, and other happenings.
Yeah. It just...
What if... Now, this was a big one. There were many fans who had campaigned at some point for Denzel Washington to be Blue Marvel. Yeah, yes.
I mean, looking at...
See, the thing is, Denzel is up there. He's up there in age. He's 66. He looks good for his age, but he's in worse shape than Samuel L. Jackson. He's pudgy. And I don't know. Maybe Denzel in 2002. Denzel in that movie with Ethan Hawke that I forget because I'm high. But Denzel in that movie would have been in his prime to play Blue Marvel. Just that level of Denzel.
Yeah, Alonzo could have. No, wait, I got it. Michael Jai White.
Ooh.
He could be Blue Marvel. I mean,
now, when you look at Jai, does he look like someone who can have great temples?
what you mean?
Because I think with Blue Marvel, it'll be very important to keep the temples. He's just like Reed Richards. You can't forget the temples.
I mean, he could work as an old dude. I mean, with the whites on the side, he could work. I mean,
He could work.
Yeah, I mean, he's in good shape. Like, he's kept his physique really well over the years.
No, he definitely is. Make no mistake. I don't doubt that for a second.
So
I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
If we compare Denzel in I don't know what's a good movie. Okay, let's actually use Training Day.
Yeah.
If we look at Training Day and the level of, I guess, threateningness that his character looks in that movie, and you compare it to Omari, which one looks more like a villain?
Omari.
The guy you mentioned. Is it Omari Hadwick?
No. I said Michael Jai White. You know, like How Did I Get Married? He was also in The Dark Knight.
Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. Michael is a better candidate because I thought you were talking about Omari Hadwick, guy from Power.
No, I know that. I've seen him. You know, he could play the role, but like,
he's on the young side.
Yeah.
That's my issue.
He looks a little too young to play Blue Marvel. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Is he not too big for the character?
Too big. Like, that's an issue now? Man's too big for the role?
I mean, because look, do we want what kind of Blue Marvel are we aiming for? For a Man of Steel size Blue Marvel? Because Blue Marvel, for the most part, he's not like an incredibly big character. He's big, he's incredibly strong, but he's not like Wildcat big. You know how Wildcat, easy guy.
Yeah. In the comics, he was always this jacked, because he was a boxer. It makes sense he was big, but like,
yeah.
I mean,
but Blue Marvel isn't Wildcat, and Superman is much rougher than Wildcat. So where do you want Marvel's look?
Let's start with like Wesley Snipes and work our way from there. You know, like.
Yeah, that's a good start point because Wesley was buff in the 90s / 2000s.
Yeah, he was Blade.
And even as Blade, he looked like menacing.
Yeah.
And he didn't need no fucking muscle suit. Okay, now actually, that's a good point about Blade because, well, Mahershala Ali, he's not exactly a physical actor now, is he? I definitely don't think so.
Yeah, I always saw him as just a guy, cause we never really see him in a physical role, dude. He's always in like suits and shit. So yeah.
And at some point, Wesley was training with fucking Dolph Lundgren. Wesley was out here in the dungeons.
Yeah. He was
pushing himself.
He was one of the Expendables, for fuck's sakes, man. I mean,
exactly. You don't become that character without having been a certain level of badass.
Yeah. I mean, Ronda Rousey's in Expendables 3, so I don't. But she's got the MMA thing going, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think if they needed the angle of Blade's modern day look, he'll just be wearing a fucking coat the entire time.
Yeah.
They won't even bother.
It won't be like
yeah.
With the first movie.
When it comes to even like Nick Fury, he doesn't wear like fucking military shirts with buff arms. He's just Samuel L. Jackson wearing a coat. Like, obviously, Ultimate's Nick Fury is modeled to look like Samuel L. Jackson, obviously. But Ultimate's Nick Fury is like at the minimum 45, and he's buff as hell, and he's just this big fucking guy, as big as Steve Rogers. So I will understand if they make that concession in the MCU to be like, okay, well, we don't really need to see his arms. He's just the vampire hunter, so we'll just put him on a
coat most of the movie.
Jack.
Yeah.
You look at how big Ultimate Nick Fury should be as big as Sam Wilson, which is technically MCU Nick Fury. But again, he's like 73 now, so that's out of the window. But if Blade is not made buff, and again, he never was, like, to be like fully, he's still a big guy. Blade's kind of like a Black Wolverine in a sense. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, I get you. I see the things in terms of like his physique and so on,
Yeah. So I wonder if they'll want to capture that, especially since, in the comics they fought on multiple occasions. Like, just, oh man, this variant cover, I just found it. It's so beautiful. This is from it's from Blade number 16 from 2018. But like, if they lean on this for the future, they definitely need to have a buff Blade. But if they don't, I won't be too hurt. So I just sent the photos so you can check them. So, I won't be too offended if they don't lean on this angle. But if they go the Nick Fury route, be like, okay, well, he should be buff in the comics, but the person playing them is the not in Nick shape. I won't mind too much.
Yeah.
I won't mind too.
When this movie eventually gets rolling, we'll see.
Yeah.
They get out of their delay and so on. We'll be all right.
Exactly. So probably they'll probably just do the whole trench coat, because in both those covers, obviously. Oh, and funny enough, this Blade looks a lot like Jamie Foxx. I don't know if that's just me.
Yeah, I see it. He's got that fade in the goatee.
And even like the eyebrows and just the head shape, it's very Jamie Foxy. But yeah, if they lean into buff Blade, I'll be happy. Obviously, he's coming back, and he was jacked. No pun intended.
Yeah.
And he's definitely gonna go hard for the MCU. He's gonna take the best steroids that Disney can buy. Oh my God, he'll be Brolic in this next one, which is good.
And he'll have time to do so. He has time to do so now.
A big character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're really gonna lean into the Wolverine is back, and he's comic accurate, and he's fucking buff. But I wonder, would people be offended if they suddenly shrunk down Hugh Jackman?
Not
would they
really.
be offended?
His height was never really noticeable,
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I read the comics. I didn't know Wolverine was supposed to be short, dude. Like, in the comics, they don't really point out that he's supposed to be short, so still.
Yeah, dude, 5'3" is crazy. We were 5'3" in like grade 8, dog. That's crazy.
Dude.
Like, being 5'3" is a bit ridiculous. Because if you're gonna fight Deadpool, I mean, look, Wolverine obviously he compensates by being buff. He's just like a short, stocky motherfucker.
Yeah.
If they would ever, and obviously, Hugh will not be the Wolverine of the MC forever. Obviously, I give him until Secret Wars, and then he bows out. But obviously, it means that they need to find someone eventually. And what that means is that they're gonna be probably casting comic accurate, casting calls for the new X-Men. Like, for example, maybe you'll have a Storm was actually African or something, or so that to mitigate the whole fucking horrible ass accent. Then again, you look at what Black Panther. You still have Americans and British people doing African accents, which sucks for the most part. But at least they tried to do it. They tried to do it, so they were earnest about it.
Yeah.
I think if they lean on a comic accurate Aurora Monroe, she might be from Wakanda, or she might be an actual African actress, or she might be just an African American actress with a very bad tacked on African dialect.
So weird though, man. Just what that chicken Days of Future Past was actually really good. I'm not gonna.
Oh, it was excellent.
Yeah.
That's my favorite X-Men movie, next to X-Men 1.
Yeah.
That's my favorite movie.
Yeah. Although, in all honesty, of that original trilogy, I always preferred the second one. It's just like
X2, X-Men United.
Yeah, man. Everything was just. It's like it took what you loved from that first movie and it just like ramped it up. Because
that's about it.
Yeah.
That movie had Wolverine with his most Wolverine-y hair.
Mm-hmm.
He had oh man, that hair looked very good.
Yeah. That movie delivered, man.
And he looked so much like a comic Wolverine. Just which shot? This shot is so beautiful. It's so this is Wolverine, you guys. Look how big he is. Look how wide he is. Look at his hair. If he had a suit in that moment, he would look perfect. Yeah, fuck the height, okay. But if he had a suit in this moment, man, he would look beautiful.
Dude, if you just put that through a filter, like a photo app filter to make it look like a comic, and there was no difference, dude. Yeah.
That'll definitely be lovely to see. And obviously, I know he wants to make us proud, and he wants to give love to the fans, because the fans wanted him back. We campaigned, Reynolds listened, and we got him. He knows that he's here because of us. So I hope that in service of that, we just get the best Wolverine ever.
It's definitely going to be something to see when we go to cinemas and check out Deadpool 3. Yeah. Are you going to cinema watch that, or wait for
Oh, that deserves a cinema, man. That deserves it. I would even fucking pay for cinema Novell tickets. That deserves it. Honestly.
Ain't that a bit pricey, though?
I honestly don't know.
Dude.
Probably is.
Damn, though, man.
But yeah, no, man. That movie is perfect. That movie will be perfect, and it needs the proper amount of respect. I feel.
Most definitely.
Black Adam would have been Black Adam was an either or. I was always like, will that be good? I don't know, maybe, but hey, it was perfectly fine. Certainly surprised me. So yeah, I do think the same can be said for now, especially when it comes to him preparing to be the Wolverine once more. Because also another thing, him as Wolverine, he has to be so much more stronger now. And I think we discussed this. We have discussed how weak Wolverine was in the Fox movies, because they just didn't know what to do with him. They just didn't know how exactly to go about, I guess, making his character strong, but also faithful. So they just kind of tossed a lot of who he is to the bin. Dude, this is huge. I'm trying to find the date for this photo. this was like 2020. Oh, this is like Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
This is DOFP.
Yeah, he looked good in that movie, man. With that scene when he woke up in the 80s, the 70s and shit. God damn.
Yeah. Looked good. Like, he put a lot. And it's funny because he was like, is Muhammad here?
Yeah, he was there for a second and then bowed out.
For a sec. Yeah, because I saw something else. Yeah, so like, dude, if he puts as much gym time as 2015, man, he will be fantastic. And it's funny because something tells me that he has a similar size bicep to Chris Hemsworth, which is weird, right?
Yeah, but his thing was never to get big. Like, he was never trying to get big. He was just trying to get, like, as shredded as possible, you know?
Yeah, like, he was trying to get Wolverine big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but
yeah, man, I know that Feige will make us proud. I know they will make us proud.
Though comparing his physique to that first movie, though, damn.
Dude, it's night and day. And that's exactly the thing, because you look at the first movie, you just got the role. You know, they were going with the other guy. What was the guy's name?
Dougray Scott, yeah.
Yeah. So he was just very untrained, unprepared. Probably worse than Huerta. Probably worse.
Yeah, because he was just a dude, man. He was just a dude. Like,
dude. So yeah, it's just... It's surprising because as much as he's the regular guy, it does not take away from the enjoyment of the film.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. And I think as well with him, his savagery masked a lot of what he lacked. Because, dude, this is crazy. Look at this comparison. This is wild. It's crazy that at some point as kids we saw that and we were fine with it. But when you look at it now, it's like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah. Oh, shit, man. I mean, god damn, dude. It's like the most basic ass dude.
Like, he had nothing. He had no pecs, no shoulders, arms, nothing.
He had barely a six pack, dude. Just...
He barely had... He was 2 pints of ice cream away from being skinny fat.
Dude.
2 tubs of ice cream away. And then from X-Men 1 to X-Men 2, he just transforms.
Yeah.
I tell you, man, them Fox steroids is good, but nothing beats those Marvel steroids. I mean, I will admit, those Fox steroids are different. Because they turned it from that to X-Men 2, which is a crazy difference considering it was like 2 years.
That's a big turnaround. Yeah.
Man. What they're going to give him now? What they're going to give him now will be out of this world. Oh, there's Muhammad. Yeah, man, he's going ham this time. He's really going ham.
I wonder about the PG rating though. Like, oh no, wait. Oh yeah,
it's R-rated.
They're not gonna. Yeah, it's R-rated. I forgot. Damn, because all both movies are PG.
For Feige.
Dude, that would have sucked.
Like, dude,
I don't know
how Reynolds and or Jackman, but they are geniuses. They are the Black Adams of the MCU because they somehow convinced a studio that is built on cleanliness and child friendliness to make 2, not just 1, but 2 R-rated films. So that's going to be pretty cool. And props to Feige.
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be something. There's something I'm wondering though. Like, we know Deadpool and Wolverine are gonna come back. But what about Cable? And it
might be brilliant, and it won't really matter as much since they look the same, just like Ralph, Superman, and Ray Palmer. So he might come back. He did say that he wouldn't mind playing him again. Even Thanos, he said he wouldn't mind playing again. He's kind of an open guy. He's pretty lax. I like him. He's pretty cool like that. But we could get him. But it would definitely have to be after the X-Men, because you have to explain how he is the child of Cyclops. Because again, we don't really get a full understanding that Josh Brolin's character is truly the child of who's this? Of James Marsden's Cyclops. We don't really know. We don't really know for sure. It's never really said. So Cable could very well be another Scott Summers kid. They might retcon it, make it another one, and make it this MCU one. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, it could definitely. You think with the X-Men coming around that Marvel Studios is gonna take a shot at the Dark Phoenix story?
Oh, that one is cursed. Why? That one is so cursed. I think
Fox did it twice,
and they failed. Does Marvel? The question is, does Marvel want the smoke? Because in the same breath, the same can be said for the F4 movies. Because Fox, well, wait, is Fox the F4 one, right? It's Fox.
Yeah, man, they did both Fantastic Four versions.
Yeah, so they did 2 plus 1 reboot, and it's still kind of flopped. But they still have the courage to do an F4 movie. That tells me that they're not afraid to do another Dark Phoenix. Because this will literally be the 4th time the F4 are attempted. Only difference being it'll be in the MCU. And it's been announced and it's happening. So clearly Kevin isn't afraid. That tells me he might also not be afraid to tackle the difficult task of the Dark Phoenix saga.
Because he was a producer on the first X-Men.
Producer, yes. Yeah. And he learned several lessons from it. So they might do it.
And no Brett Ratner this time.
No?
No Brett Ratner this time.
Oh, Brett the Rat is probably in a dungeon somewhere, masturbating.
The fuck has he been though, man? Like, it can't just be.
He got blackballed, bro.
I know he got blackballed, but like, he can't just be sitting around doing nothing. He's not that rich, is he?
He kind of is, because Brett made a couple. I mean, the Russia movies alone made him quite a bit of money. But like, okay, so his net worth. Yeah, you see, it's 85 million. So he's not stressing just yet. He's not stressing just yet.
Okay. Hey.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, man.
I mean, to put it into perspective, right? To put it into perspective, he has a net worth very, very similar to Joss Whedon.
Okay.
Yeah, Joss Whedon and let me see here. Oof, he actually has more than Zack Snyder. That's unfortunate.
No, that's sad.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like $25 million richer than Zack Snyder. Brett the fucking Rat Ratner. Disgusting, right?
Yeah. Though
he can literally be set for life with his net worth and Zack's.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Although if Snyder took a paycheck for Justice League, his net worth would be way higher,
Yeah, because Joss was paid, I think it was, how many, like 11? 10 or 11 to do JL.
And that's just rewrites and reshoots, dude.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
And Joss, Joss is sitting pretty. I mean, yeah, he's also been blackballed. But hey, man, if you're worth $100 million, I don't think he really cares.
That's that Dave Chappelle logic right there. Just
he does not really care about what more he can get. He's just fine enough with So I think Brett is definitely
Yeah, he's done. Yeah.
He's done forever, but he's not gonna struggle anytime soon. Which sucks because he's a piece of shit, and he deserves to be in a prison. But yeah, the good are always rich, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, no.
The
bad
bad
are always rich.
Yeah. Always squirrels away the money. Dude. Hey, speaking of the bad motherfuckers, is Harvey Weinstein in jail yet or what, man?
Isn't he like in a private facility?
Last I heard, he was in trial. So, like, did he get busted or what?
He was released when the pandemic started because I guess he had some like health care, medical care, type of emergency. So he was removed and taken to like a private facility. Like, dude, I don't know what happened. Harvey isn't even that old. Harvey Weinstein is younger than Samuel L. Jackson. But the way he looked, let me show you a picture. He looked fucking disheveled, man. He's literally years younger than SLJ. I'll send you the picture now. But he's just disheveled. And he was sick. And I don't think it's me. He's a shit. But he was released and taken to a private in 2020. As you can see in that photo, he is now currently using a walking stick and his back is kind of curved, which is weird. It could be an act, but he does quite literally look like dog shit. So I do believe it. Yeah. Just look at him, dog. So haggardly. And he's only 70 years old. That's so fucking crazy. SLJ is years older than you. And you're just haggard. Which is funny because when the trial began, he kind of had more. He had more fat in his face. He was a bit plumpier. I mean, he was still a Hollywood rich guy. He was a Hollywood fat cat still eating. But damn, man, when time passed, the stress. And again, I do believe he knows a lot more than what the one he lets on. I do believe he knows why. Or rather, what happened to Epstein. I do believe he knows the drama with Giselle Maxwell. So many things. He's been in charge. I mean, dude, this guy was fucking making actresses suck dick for roles since the late 80s, And of course, that's where the infamous story Brad Pitt comes from, where he threatened him and was like, "Girlfriend again, I'll fucking kill you." And Harvey has been doing it. He's been a sleazebag. You really have to ponder how much he knows. You truly have to ponder how much he knows.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, there's some crazy bugs in this place.
And like you can tell like he was just seriously screwed up because and like the women who turn him down, you can tell which women turned him down because their careers just stall. Like
exactly, and you know who didn't?
Yep.
Jennifer Lawrence.
We're not saying she did anything. We're just saying, her career took off,
There's a reason why she has a troubling past drug use. That's all I'm going to say, man. It's dark.
Dude.
So, yeah.
Hey, but when
at least she's kind of gotten out of that weird hole.
Yeah.
Because there was the point as well where she wasn't speaking to Matt Damon because Matt Damon was apparently a silent witness to all of the things that happened. Because they were first approached for Goodwill Hunting by the Weinstein Company, so they've had a very extensive relationship with Harvey Weinstein. Oprah as well, given that they used to produce the show and whatnot, it's just very weird and too. And sometimes it's too good to be true. It's very suspicious. But, it is what it is. And only Harvey Weinstein truly knows what's going on. Harvey Weinstein and Bill Clinton, they truly know what's going on. But he's well protected. Because if not, everyone will die. That's the problem.
Hey, dude. Like, the film industry would implode if he said everything he knew. Just...
Yep. It would be a disaster.
Would you want to know, though? I mean,
I would, but I
knowing the
preemptively grieve
consequence, though,
everyone who would
you
die.
know.
I preemptively grieve. I would want to know. But after that, man, people will be dropping dead. Because if that list drops, some of y'all favorite billionaires are going under. People will die. They'll either die or they'll be arrested.
Or they'll kill themselves to avoid being arrested. Just
Exactly. So the whole world will go to shit. The thing is, Epstein was already arrested, so the whole excuse of he killed himself, it always looked fitting because he was already in jail, and maybe he killed himself in order to not tell the truth. But the thing is, he didn't kill himself before he ratted, because he was over him. He already had charges of human trafficking and all these things, sex trafficking. He just wanted to get out with something, make a deal. But before he did it, they found him in his cell hung. Doesn't make sense for you to hang yourself in the cell when you could easily hang yourself in your home when you're stuck. So yeah, man, that dog clearly was a hit, and I don't think they'll ever really in full to really provide the truth. But I will say that definitely celebrities who know how he died. Matt Damon probably being one of.
yeah, there are plenty of people that you just know are in the know on some things. You know, people who are really tight with
Oprah
them.
as well.
Yeah.
Dude, Oprah's into some dark shit. I won't even lie.
Shit. But hey, you know, he's gonna go down. If he's gonna go down, he's gonna go down by himself. You know, like, cause it would be way more trouble to go down with anybody.
Exactly.
Shit, though, man.
So yeah, man. Let's just say that Hollywood is a very, very interesting place.
Yeah, dude. Like, just Hollywood is a fucking tinderbox, man. Like, and it's that because one guy, if he wanted to, could bring the whole thing coming down, and that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's the true. That's the true danger.
Yeah.
Is that the entire industry and world as we know it? Because, dude, there are world leaders as well in Epstein's Island. It's not just Americans that are popular folk. There are world leaders. Just.
Yep.
So if Harvey just one day breaks and decides to just let shit fly, oh my God, man, we could be looking at the fundamental restructuring of our world. The fundamental restructuring of our world.
Just imagining that shit, man. It's crazy.
It's very crazy.
Dude, all the execs and, like, directors.
Dude,
and,
if these guys prior to his death, oh, look at this, man. The fucking Justice League of nonsense and disgusting. Like, you have Giselle Maxwell, you have Harvey, you have fucking Epstein in the middle. That's like the dream team of all of the debauchery and fucking disgusting shit that happens in the background. Like, these three have known each other for like 30 plus years. The shit that they've done, Jesus Christ, must be so horrendously despicable.
Yeah, just put in Bryansinger on the left and Brett Ratner on the right, and you've got nonce bingo. Just shit.
Definitely. Like times 3 even. They are so much worse than Brett the Rat. Like, these people are kingpins, trafficking kingpins.
I was surprised. Like, was there ever one of them who caught you by surprise? Because personally, for me, I was surprised when I found out that Bryansinger was up to some shit. I was like, wait, what? The director of X-Men? Dude.
Yeah, I always thought that Bryansinger was like the clean boy. He did good movies and,
yeah.
Just check.
Plus, he didn't
even got allegations.
Dude.
Crazy.
Plus, he doesn't look sus. All these motherfuckers look like they're up to something, but he looks like a regular dude.
Disgusting. Even a person like even a person like Brett the Rat, I was like, I'm not surprised. Look at him. He's a sleazebag. He's a slime ball.
Move him. Just look at him. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
And obviously, even Joss Whedon, dude. Joss Whedon was getting accusations as far back as like 2002, 3, where Sarah Michelle Gellar was like, yeah, this guy's pretty creepy, and she literally requested for her trailer to be far away from his. So it was just like, dude, Whedon has been a creep. He's been a slime ball, but obviously, he's been well protected up until the whole, Ray Fisher shit. I feel like Snyder, I feel like Whedon got a lot if the Snyder shit happened.
You think he'd still be working?
The whole firing and racism, if that didn't happen, Joss would still be working today. He would still be working today. For like a Marvel, DC, anything. He would still be working. They might even have gotten for the next Avengers movie even. Who knows? Because we know that he's a guy who he does quite well with characters, and he knows how to balance just leave the towels on the bed.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Sorry. The concierge guy just walked in.
Let's go.
He's leaving some towels. Compare it. It's so much more. It's much worse than what we ever thought. Much worse than we ever thought.
Like with Bryan Singer, like I would hear like the stories about like at premieres he would show up with like these. At the time, people didn't know this, but he was showing up with like teenage boys, and people would ask like, "Hey, what's going on? Who is that?" And he'd be like, "Oh, that's someone like I'm auditioning for a part." Like he would always say like, "Oh, that's just somebody I'm like we're chatting about the next movie. I'm auditioning them for a part or whatever. Like just what the fuck, man? Like just."
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
Dude, that illusion of auditioning for a part, that's been going on for decades, dude. Like,
definitely, yeah. Oh no, they're here for it.
Yeah. Dude.
So many things. He's been.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared I walk a straight path. Not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, 'cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough.